All right. Well, the last story, and this just came out very recently. I think this news dropped today. I first saw it on Bloomberg. Sony's PlayStation division is planning, according to sources, a new subscription service to compete with Xbox Game Pass. That's according to people familiar with Sony's plans and documents that were reviewed by Bloomberg initially, and I think it's already been out to other outlets, like I think GameSpot reported on it. The service is codenamed Spartacus, and it should allow PlayStation owners to pay a monthly fee for access to a catalog of modern and classic games, according to sources who asked not to be identified because they're not authorized to speak to the press yet. The offering will likely be available on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, and when it launches, expecting to be around spring, the service will actually merge Sony's two existing subscription plans, PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now. Currently, Plus is required for most online multiplayer games, and they offer, of course, those free monthly titles. And then Now allows you to stream or download older games, really not nearly comparable to the offering on Game Pass right now. The documents reviewed suggest that Sony will retain the PlayStation Plus branding and just phase out Now, which is probably a good idea because for anyone in the know, Now is not associated with quality, at least not right now. Haha. Not now. So I've heard, I don't know if it was from the article in GameSpot or it's just more speculation, but other people who were talking about the news today said that it would only be first-party titles, and then other folks said that there may be a chance that PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 games will make a big comeback on the retro side. I don't know what to expect here. I think that they really got to knock it out of the park with this one if they even want to begin to compete with Game Pass because of how embedded it is and the reputation it has. And I don't know if they're ready to go that far because they seem to be a lot more protective of access to especially their newer games. Like just the fact that Xbox just throws brand new day one games on Game Pass still kind of blows my mind.
Yeah, that's
and I feel like Sony doesn't really feel like they want to do that either. But I guess we'll have to see. What do you guys think?
I mean, I can't even imagine like them dropping Spider-Man 2 day of. God of War,
or like Horizon or God of War.
Yeah, like there's no way that's happening.
You don't think so?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that. I mean, if anything, if I had to nail one advantage that Sony had over, Xbox and Nintendo is their exclusive titles. I would imagine you want to, financially gatekeep that as much as you could, but I don't know. It seems like a weird move.
Yeah, Xbox is in a unique position because they were already kind of losing to Sony because of the exclusives, and so when you were weighing which console to buy, you were thinking about which games you wanted to play. So they didn't lose a whole lot just by going, okay, we're going to put everything on a subscription service, and that seems to be the way they're going. However, that's garnered such success for them, and there's a lot of people that are really loyal and really happy about the way that Xbox is treating customers this generation, and not super pleased with how gatekeepy, to use your phrase, that Sony has been, not just with their first-party IPs or their their unique games that they have only on their platform, but also just with the idea of cross-platform or working with other people who are playing games across platform, different stuff like that. With their own classic library, they've been really kind of cagey about updating that and bringing it to the current systems and backwards compatibility. I mean, Xbox isn't perfect with backwards compatibility, but they're miles ahead of both definitely Nintendo and especially PlayStation.
Yeah, I would say that they've made the biggest effort towards backwards compatibility for sure, and that's cool. And there's no reason, particularly with CD-based consoles, you should be able to take the info from a CD and at least have the console recognize, okay, it's this game, and we can pull this info from whatever, and you can play this game.
Yeah.
There's no reason to not be able to do that.
Yeah, if Sony did that, it would be an automatic win.
It would be an automatic win because when it comes to the library that they have access to, like their classics versus Xbox, if they just matched Xbox with the effort and they did the same thing, a certain percentage of their PS2, PS3, PS4 games,
PS1.
and PS1 if you want to include that. But I'm just trying to match generations.
PS1, I know that in collecting land, retro collecting land, a lot of PS1 games are super rare and you can't even find them and play them. And how great would it be to just have all that stuff? If
they had access to even just a large portion of the PS1 library, attached to a subscription service, let alone the PS2 and the PS3, and then, of course, it being fully backwards compatible with PlayStation 4, that'd be an automatic buy from me. And I think from a lot of people.
For a lot of people, yeah.
And it would start to sway sales back in favor of PlayStation versus Xbox. I mean, the only reason why I originally got a PlayStation over an Xbox is because I had never had Game Pass and thought it was more like PlayStation Now. And it was only until like I started to kind of do research and hear from people that have it, and when I realized, like, no, Game Pass is actually pretty damn good. And Xbox has been making moves. They bought Double Fine, they bought Bethesda. They have these large studios making these games exclusively for Xbox now. They're really pushing, and PlayStation has been on the top for a while. It's been getting kind of complacent. So I hope this is an answer to all of that, and I hope it's a strong answer. But we'll see come spring, it sounds like.
Yeah. Come on, Sony.
All right.
Come on.